So in this video, I would like to edit my temperature, my line charts, so that instead of showing the time measurements on the measured time, I would like to do buckets of time, so to say, and I would like to do buckets of tenth minutes and buckets of 1 hour. So basically, what I wanted to show here is that when I look at the temperature for time of the day, I will get an average for each 10 minutes or an average for each hour. So in order to do that, I will go to my Power Query. I'll press this upper right top, right click on my source and press Edit Query. So here we are in our Power Query editor. And just to explain it one more time, what I want to do is get buckets of time. Don't want my measurements to be shown each on a second level, so to say. I would like to do it on the 10th minutes level. So basically, this one would be 10:50. This one would be 11:10. This one will be 11:10 as well. So these two will get averaged out. And so on. And also, I would like to do it on the hour level. So basically, from zero. So this will be the 10th hour, this will be the 11th hour, and this will be all of these will be 11th hour. So the average will be from all these measurements that are in 11th hour, and then we have the 12th hour, and so on. So, how do I do this? Well, first off, I would like to duplicate this column called time of the day. And I'll do that by pressing Add Column and pressing Duplicate Column. So as you can see, I've added a new Apply step. This is the first one. The second one I wanted to do is I will change the data. So this is quite interesting. I'll show you. So how does computer know what the date is and what the time is? Well, actually, you can see that if you go to the type of data and you show this as a decimal number, you can actually see that the time of the day can be translated to a decimal number. So it's 0 point something. And this is so all these numbers after the zero, it's actually relating to a time. So, and at the same time, if we look at a date and we do the same thing, you'll see that it's a whole number above zero. So maybe you already figured out if I press a digit number here, you'll see that this is a combination of these two. So the first measurement we have is on the hour. It's called, the number is, let me see, it's 45,238, comma, and then we have the time of the day afterwards in milliseconds, if I remember correctly. So I don't remember exactly, but basically, this is a like the computer knows this is exactly correlating to the date and the time of the day in seconds. So in that sense, the comma value after the comma has something to seconds to do, and the value before the comma, it's something to do with the date. So if I go back to, or I'll just not go back, I'll actually delete these steps because I don't want to get my computer overloaded doing this all these steps and then going back. So it's better to delete steps if you're not going to do it. So basically, if I go down, 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 and you can see now instead of having the 8th of November to 9th November, 9th of the November. Sorry. So instead of having the 8th of November and now going to the 9th of November, you can actually see that. Oh, we deleted that. So I'll do that again. Time of the day. Change the to decimal number. No, not this one. Yeah. I'll change this one to the decimal number. And I'll change this one to the decimal number. You can see that when I change from the 8th to the 9th of November, you can see that we added one number to that date. Whereas the time of the day, it actually, it started with 0.45. And if we go up all the way to what's close to the ninth, you can see we're almost at 1. And of course, when this comes to 1, we'll add 1 here, and then we start again from 0 in the comma values. So this is how the computer works with date and clock, or time of the day and the date. So if we rewind, we open our Power Query Editor. We have duplicated this last step we did was duplicate the time of the day. Now we start over, and we change the data type to digital or decimal number, like that. And then now I would like to, remove all the values after a certain point. So all of the seconds and all of the minutes that are not divided by tenth are getting removed. So I press this button called it's an add column. I press a standard and I press modulo, and I wanted to divide by 1440 because that's how many minutes there are in one day. But as you can see, I'm not allowed to do a division. So a way to work around it is just press 1440, and that's going to do something that is not what we want. But when we have done that, we can actually go into the editor here up here and press 1 above 1440. And basically, what this modulo does is it's dividing the number. It's dividing this one with 1 over 40, right? And see how much is there left over. So now, if I press the first one and the second one, and I press subtract, that means, you know, you're subtracting them from each other. You can see now I have some new decimal values. And if I change this one to clock or time of the day, you'll actually see that now all of my measurements have been divided into minutes. So all the seconds are gone. So this is how I change all my values and only get a time of the day on a minute level. So how do I do this on the tenth of the minutes instead of on the minute level? Well, if I go back to the applied steps or I insert the modulo, you can see it says 1 divided by 1440. And 1440, as I is basically 24 times 60. So it's the amount of hours per day time multiplied by the minutes. So 60 minutes per hour. But I want to do it for each 10 minutes. So I could either just calculate it and set the number in, or I could do an internal calculation here. So first I've multiplied it by how many minutes we have during the day and then divided it by 10. So, and this should actually just work, and the apply steps will change accordingly. So if I apply the steps I did before and I go to the change type, you'll see here now the 1050 has been changed to 1050. All of these numbers here, the two first of them, the 14th minute of the 11th hour and all the seconds and 19th, they all have changed. So we get a bucket of 10th of hours. And so I will delete these two. I don't really need them anymore. This one I will need. This one I won't be needing. So I will just remove it. Remember, when I remove this one, the applied where I actually created it is still there, but in the last one, it's not going to be there. Now let me change the name of this one. Whereas before we had time to the minute, I think I'll change this one to time to time to the 10th minute, maybe to 10th minute. Maybe I'll remove the 10th minute. So I know what this is. And next one, I would like to do the same, just time to the hour. So basically, what I need to do here is basically the same. I will do a modulo, and now I will divide it by 24, which says how many hours we have, and I need to do the division. And after that, I need to subtract them. I'm getting the hang of it. And I will change it to time. And as you can see, now we have all the different values, and the 11th hour is going to be 11.0 or 11 at no minutes. So it's only the hours getting showed right here. I will change the name, rename it to time to the hour, and I can remove this one. So it's not, and time of the day, I can keep it if I want to use it for something. I think I will not, so I will remove it because I either want to show it time to the 10th minute or time to the hour. So let's remove it. So, and this one we can also remove it if we want. So this is the data because I don't want too much disturbance in Power BI when I'm looking at different tables and using time to actually find the right one. So that's why naming it's pretty important. All right, so we'll save and apply. It will take some time. You can see it'll load a bit, and when it's finished, we can see what happens. Yeah, so while it's loading now, you can see this one went wrong, and basically the reason why this one went wrong is that it doesn't have time of the day anymore. We kind of removed that one, so it doesn't exist. So we need to change it. And if we look at our data source, you can see now that we have some new tables or columns. We could put the time to the 10th minute. You can see what happened here. Or we could put time to the hour. So depending on what we're going to use it for, I guess we could do we can probably do both here. So whereas one is the time to the hour, and this one is going to be time to the 10th minute. So let's see what happens if we do that. Oh, I removed the wrong one. So time to the x-axis, time to the hour, and then we have the temperature here. And it's not the sum I want the average one. So basically it's gonna do an average for if there's many measurements for each minute, you'll see it's going to be an average. And actually, if I just press the count one, I'll actually see how many counts we actually have per minute. And if we do the same thing for this one, count, we'll also see that one. All right, so let's go back to average. So far we have, or we will be able to control it like this, or we can actually see on what happens on the daily basis by clicking on the different day. So this tool is kind of cool. We can use it like this, going throughout the whole year, or we can pick a specific day and see what happens, or we can go on the day level. So that was it. Now we have created a nice view